Would it not be nice if there would be an AI where I can just speak with my voice into a notepad, or let's say to Claude or to ChatGPT, because you can speak so much faster into a system just by speaking it. For example, I just made a test of that one, and if I release the button, you will see, boom, whatever I just talked about, I have it now here inside of my note. That's exactly what I created. I have an app. If you're probably seeing this, you're either here on my YouTube channel, hey and welcome, I'm Daniel. This is normally all about filmmaking, but I created a tool for myself on my Mac, which is sitting completely local. It's basically, if you speak, you can sometimes speak so much faster than typing, and that's the whole idea. Having an AI that in the background also cleans up your stuff. So for example, your formatted stuff, you can say something and it will format everything, and the app itself sits on your Mac. It can analyze different languages, so you can have English as the base model, but you can add up to 100 languages, and even those are still sitting on your Mac. And the main reason why I created this is there is another app, or multiple apps. One is called Wispr Flow, and that's subscription. It's an amazing app, but number one, everything sits in their data in the cloud. I don't like that. I want to be able to access my own data. So I created now an app where you have control over your data. Everything sits local. Nothing sits in any cloud. You control everything. And number two, I don't want to pay a subscription. That's like a $12 subscription. That's over 440 or something-ish euro per year. And if you stay in something like that for like 10 years, you pay just $1,400, whatever, to keep talking to an AI. But I created the exact same thing. If you come up here, we have Phoenix Flow that you can open. This is the window. It saves a history, and even that history is not sent to anywhere. That sits on your Mac. You can, whenever, like let's say for example, what we just create here at the beginning, I can copy paste stuff here. If I don't like this simple thing, I can just delete this one. Or you can go to your documents where the whole list is in, and you can clean up everything if you don't like this anymore. But it also saves every transcript that you ever created. So if you created something, you can always go back. So for example, I had for like 2-3 weeks ago, I was even recording my Spanish class that I had. This was this one here. And I was just letting it run in the background because it's, for example, one of the features. You can come up here to microphone and you can say, record only the stuff that I use with my microphone, or record only the stuff that is on my system. So for example, I can go to Zoom and let it record in the background, and you don't need a bot that is joining the Zoom call. Or I can say even here both, record what I say and what my Mac is basically putting out. And you have a couple of more settings here as well. We have languages. It starts with the base with English. When you install the app, you will have English, but there is a multi-language support. So if you come here to languages, and then you see here, you can select your different languages. And under the settings here on the bottom, you see the additional downloads. So we currently have a multi-language pack that adds 100 plus languages, which is the exact same AI that I found that Wispr Flow uses for their 100 languages. So you have exactly the same, what they use as well. And then there is, for example, something, it's called speaker detection. Because I created that tool for myself, I wanted to add a couple of more cool tools. So for example, here we also have something that's called transcribe. I can choose an audio or even a video file. This is one of my YouTube videos that I created, update video. If I open this one, it will analyze it in the background and it will give you the entire audio as a transcript here inside that you can now copy out. It works with all video files and all audio files. Then we have translate. It's all offline again. Translate, same like the Google Translate that you would have. You can translate stuff in different languages and it keeps the last settings, so you can always come back easily. You see your insights, how many times you used it, how many words you transcribed. You have like a little insights highlights here, how that many dictations, that many words, how many speed, word per minute you actually did, how many transcripts, how many translations. Then, and this is I think one of the coolest part about this app, is you can create your own snippets. So for example, when I go to Claude and I create a blog post, I have a couple of texts that I always give him. Instead of now copy pasting it, I can just go to Claude, use my voice and say, for example, here, new blog post, and it will automatically place that in. So for example, if I come to my notepad here and I activate push to talk, you have two options. You can either push to talk or toggle it on. So what I mean by that is, if you come back here to the settings, here on the settings, you see you have a push to talk button that you can set, and you also have a hands-free mode, and you can add even additional buttons to it. So you can use different buttons if you want to have 2 or 3 buttons for the same setting. So for example, now I will use the push to talk button and say new blog post. And bam, it now added the code snippet that I usually use when I work in Claude. So if I come back here to Phoenix Flow and I come here to snippets, you can create your own snippets. Like for example, here, my email address, and boom, it creates my email address. Your thinking and your creativity is the limit. Then we also have something in dictionary. So if you have words that it doesn't understand, you can create these words yourself and add them here to the dictionary. And not just that, because it's an AI that is sitting on your machine, not a cloud AI, you can even tell him how hard he should shape everything and change everything. So what I mean mean by this? If I change this here to none, then it will use exactly the words that I'm saying and placing them wherever you are in which editor. If I say light, it will start to correct and make punctuations and everything and edit and format the stuff so it looks a bit better than just what you said. In the future updates, I will also have another AI that's also local. So one of the things, again, I said this already, is all of this is always local. From the beginning, my goal was that this sits on your machine. You don't have to have internet for that. It's on your machine. It's your own AI that is running here in the background. And there is another AI that I already found. This will come with a future update where you can even make this even to medium and high, and it adds even more. What it's already in is the tone. You can say make it formal or casual or very casual. So if you, for example, go to WhatsApp and you write in WhatsApp, you can keep it very casual. If you're writing an email, you can go back here to formal. Then also for people who like to say, hey, this is a dot, exclamation mark, question mark, whatever, then you can activate this one here, and then you can use the speech like that way if it's better for you. And then there is developer mode, which basically means if you're coding, if you enable developer mode, when you now use also coding language like, hey, this is the document dot Pi, it will understand coding formatting and will add this in the formatting. And you can even tell him here only in code editors and terminals. So it will recognize if you're using a terminal or a code editor and will use the developer mode only in these kind of scenarios. And when you then, for example, go to your notes and you don't want to code in the notes, it will ignore these things. How you have to think about the enabled developer mode, like the snippets, there's like over 100 different snippets already created for developers. And instead of making them by yourself and adding these 100, these will automatically be added or in the background by the AI when you come in here and you say here, enable developer mode. If you're not a developer, you obviously don't need that, so you can turn this one off. Then, as I said, we have these languages, and there's languages, over 100 languages that you can use. And the cool thing about this app is also here in real time, I can say how many languages I want to use at the moment, or no, I don't want to use these ones anymore. I'm currently using 3, English, German, and Spanish, so you can use multiple of them. And then a fun fact, I used the fastest English model that I can find. This one is even 3 times faster than the model that Wispr Flow uses if you're using the English language. So if you're an English speaker and you're using the English model, that one is even faster than Wispr Flow because Wispr Flow only uses the multi-language pack, which includes English, but that is not the fastest. But I made this app so that whenever you talk English to it and you use English language, it's actually using the faster model instead of the multi-language model. And then again, just to show you that every transcribe that I did with my audio files, I have a history here as well. So I can go back and see all the transcribes that I did. The same with the translations. Every translation I did, I have my own history, and all of this sits in your documents. It's all yours, and you can change it as many times as you want. I'm starting this Phoenix Flow app now as an early access. That's why I give over $100 off. It's a one-time lifetime access. So all future updates that I will do, you will get them. This is like my way of saying thank you for every subscriber that I have, every customer I had so far, and everyone who was in my email list, because that's where I'm pushing this out now. The only caveat to that one is this one only works currently on Apple Silicon. So you have to have a Mac or Mac Mini or MacBook with the M chip series. So like M1, M2, M3, M4. This app doesn't exist in Windows yet. I'm very straight honest with you and transparent. If this app starts to sell because people really like it, then I can, from the money, maybe also hire someone that can help me port everything to the Windows machine. And then we can also have a Windows version for that. But I will start now with the Mac only thing. So if you don't have a Mac, or if you have an older Mac with an Intel chip, it doesn't work on that. You need to have an M chip series Mac. It even says here in the top again, early access, this is a Mac with Apple Silicon. Only those work. iPhone app and everything will come in the future if this one works out. Now the app currently, that's why I'm now early access it, is already more advanced than Wispr Flow. If you know Wispr Flow and you're even paying for Wispr Flow, you can immediately cancel your Wispr Flow and use that app. It's even better, and you pay just one time instead of the monthly subscription. And there is no hidden cost to it. I sell that as a one time, and whoever has it on this Mac and can use it because I'm using it for myself. The whole idea was to build this for myself, but I see now how powerful this is and why should I hold back on this? That's why I'm giving this away. If you already know me here on my YouTube channel, you know that this is normally all about filmmaking, but it's good when we use so much AI and stuff to just talk to the system. And that's what you exactly can do here. So if you're into that, you find the link in the description if you're on YouTube. If you're already here on the landing page, look through the stuff again, the different features. That's why I presented everything. And then we see us inside and when you got the Phoenix Flow app. See you in the next video. I'm Daniel. Bye.